Welcome to the Deep Dive. I'm really excited about our journey today because we're diving into the timeless wisdom of Rumi. Specifically, we're looking at some really insightful parts from his masterpiece, the Masnavi, Book 1.
Hmm.
Our mission basically is to unpack what Rumi says about spiritual growth. And interestingly, the role that discomfort plays in it. What does it really take to transform? We're going straight to the source material you gave us. It feels so relevant, doesn't it? Even now.
Oh, absolutely. And what's fascinating right away is how Rumi hits us with this paradox. He suggests pretty boldly that the big leaps forward, the growth we want, often comes from facing the very things we, naturally try to run from. And he doesn't just state it. He uses this incredibly vivid, almost funny story to get this deep truth across. A story that I think will really stick with you.
Okay, let's dive into that, starting with those first lines Rumi gives us. He really doesn't hold back, does he? He says, "Don't be too squeamish when your guide's around, as weak as water, crumbly like soft ground. When each blow leaves you bitter, don't expect, without pain like a mirror to reflect." Wow, that's quite direct.
It really is. He's laying it out there from the start. This idea that discomfort, challenge, what he calls each blow, it's not just something to put up with. It's actually essential, a prerequisite for real self-reflection. And that image, pain as a mirror, so powerful. I mean, think about it. The mirror shows you what's actually there. Without that sharp clarity, the kind that, difficult experiences can bring, it's hard to see ourselves, honestly. We miss our flaws, maybe our limiting beliefs.
Or even our strengths we haven't tapped into.
Exactly. It's in that friction, that struggle that we're really forced to look.
That really makes you think about your own life, doesn't it? How often do we try to find the easy way around? We want the growth, the insight. But maybe we look for the path with, the least resistance. And maybe in doing that, we're actually avoiding those crucial reflections, missing what that mirror of pain could show us. It's a tough question for sure.
It is. Because real self-awareness often comes from facing what we'd much rather ignore. And Rumi illustrates this just brilliantly.
Okay, so here's where it gets really interesting. Rumi doesn't just leave it as an idea, he tells this story. It's about a man from Qazvin. Apparently, Rumi sometimes teased people from Qazvin a bit in his writing, maybe hinting they cared about appearances. Anyway, this man goes to a barber. He wants a tattoo, a lion specifically. And he even gives his reason, a little touch of ego maybe. Leo is my ascendant. He wants it right there on his shoulder blades, big and bold.
You can just picture it, can't you? This guy all puffed up about his star sign, wanting this powerful symbol. He's got the end result in mind, this image of strength, but he seems totally unprepared for, the actual tattooing part.
Exactly. So the barber gets started, sticks the needle in, just like Rumi writes in line 3000. And immediately, this fearless hero, as Rumi calls him, just screams. The reality hits him hard. He yells something like, "Stop, what are you doing? Are you trying to kill me?"
Ah, yes.
And the barber, probably trying to stay calm, says, "You asked for a lion, right?" So the man asks in agony, "What part was that?" The barber tells him it was the tail, and this is where it starts to unravel, his first demand. "Leave that bit out, for it's of no avail. I've just been strangled by its tail and rear. They blocked my windpipe, which before was clear." He actually says he wants a tailless lion now instead because the needle fills my heart with dread. It's almost comical.
It's such a perfect picture of how we react, isn't it? He wants the symbol, the power, but the moment discomfort hits, his ego, his avoidance starts changing the plan. He wants the result just without the process.
And it doesn't stop there. The barber, tries to carry on. It starts another part. The man screams again, even louder this time. "Which part now?" he demands. The barber replies, maybe a bit wearily, "Its ears, dear fellow, have no fear." And the man's response, "Let it be earless, nobody will see, leave out the ears, and finish rapidly." You can just imagine the barber thinking, okay, a lion with no tail, and now no ears. What even is this anymore?
Exactly. It's becoming less lion, more blob. In this buildup of absurdity, it's Rumi being clever. He's showing us how easily our goals get messed up when we refuse the discomfort needed to actually achieve them. He's setting the stage.
Right. And the guy still isn't done complaining. The barber tries another spot, probably hoping for the best. Nope. The hero from Qazvin complained once more, practically begging him to stop. What part was that? The barber, maybe just totally confused now, sighs, "It's just the lion's stomach, friend." And the man's final plea, just giving in completely to the pain. "I beg you, leave the stomach out as well. Don't prick so deeply, please. This hurts like hell."
And that's the breaking point for the poor barber. He just can't believe it. He bites his finger, Rumi says, just out of sheer frustration, then throws the needle down, and he shouts, completely exasperated, "Where is such a lion found? Without a tail and ears and stomach too? No lion like this lives, I swear to you.
And that's the punchline, but it's also the core question, isn't it? For the story and for us. The absurdity is the whole point. This guy wants the lion, the strength, the identity, but he wants to skip all the uncomfortable bits of actually getting the lion. He wants the glory, zero grit. It's not just a funny story, it's Rumi setting up his main metaphor for spiritual growth, showing how we often do the exact same thing. We want to change, but maybe just the easy parts.
Okay, so let's bridge that gap. This brilliant story, funny but deep. What's the real takeaway for us, spiritually speaking? Rumi makes the connection explicit, right? He does, immediately. He pivots right from the story to the lesson. He says, brother, you have to bear the needle's pain to flee your infidel self's poisonous rain. That's the heart of it. Now, when Rumi says infidel self, he doesn't mean it in the way we might think today, like religious non-belief. He's talking about the ego, our self-obsession, our lower desires, the attachments that blind us to reality, that part of us that resists truth, resists growth. That's the poisonous rain. So the needle's pain is that necessary struggle, the inner work, the facing yourself, the discipline it takes to break free from that ego-driven state. It's the discomfort of seeing your own stuff, basically.
That's a really important clarification. So the pain isn't just physical, it's much bigger. It's the discomfort of real self-improvement, right? Like facing hard truths about yourself, breaking bad habits that's never easy, letting go of things, or even people that aren't good for you. Even just the effort of learning something difficult, it makes you ask yourself, what tails or ears are you trying to skip in your own growth? Maybe you want a big change, new job, better health, deeper connection, but are you maybe avoiding the tough steps that would make it real?
Exactly. And Rumi goes on to describe what happens for those who do bear that spiritual needle, who manage to escape their own existence, meaning transcend that ego. He uses this incredible imagery. Sky, sun, and moon bow down and show obeisance to that group who've escaped their own existence. Now, obviously, the sun and moon aren't literally bowing, it's poetry. It signifies this profound state of harmony. It suggests that when you transcend the ego, you become so aligned with the universe, with reality itself, that everything seems to work with you. There's this deep resonance. And he even gives a specific example, sort of grounding it. The sun moved strangely, far apart it kept, turning thus from the cave where that group slept. This points to a famous story, the companions of the cave, or seven sleepers, found in different traditions. It's about people miraculously protected in a cave for centuries. The sun supposedly altered its path for them. Rumi uses it to show the kind of divine grace and protection that comes when you truly let go of the self. It's about that profound shift.
Wow, and the metaphors just keep getting richer. He writes, the thorn too turned completely to the rose. Towards the universal each part goes. That's just beautiful, isn't it? The idea that suffering, the thorn, which hurts at first, can actually transform into beauty, the rose, when you surrender to that bigger spiritual flow. It suggests that even the hard stuff contains the potential for wholeness, for connection. The very thing that pricks you can become beautiful.
Beautifully put. And from there, Rumi gives us two final, really core lessons about this surrender. First, humility, he asks. How can a man praise God, the Lord of all, be like mere dust, contemptible and small? This isn't about hating yourself. It's about seeing past the ego's inflation. True understanding, real devotion, comes from recognizing our place, becoming humble, receptive, like dust, the opposite of the Qazvin man's pride. And then the ultimate goal, this idea of unity. What can men learn about God's being one? To burn themselves in him, just like the sun. This speaks to the Sufi concept of fana, annihilation of the self and the divine. Again, not literal burning, but letting go of that separate small self, that infidel self, to merge with the ultimate reality. It's like burning away all the ego, all the illusions, until you become one with the whole. A complete surrender that paradoxically leads to true expansion.
Okay, let's bring this home. Making this ancient wisdom really practical for you, listening right now, ask yourself, what lion are you trying to bring into your life? What goal, what change, what insight are you genuinely reaching for? Could be career, health, relationships, your spiritual path. What's your lion?
And then here's Rumi's challenge, right? Are you really willing to bear the needle's pain that comes with it? The discipline, the uncomfortable moments, letting go of old ways, facing the ego. Are you up for that? Or are you, maybe without realizing it, trying to design a tailless, earless, stomachless version, like the man from Qazvin? Because Rumi's point is snark. If you do that, you end up with something incomplete. Something that looks like the goal, maybe, but lacks the real power, the real substance, because you skip the process that creates it. His big message seems to be that true fulfillment, deep understanding, that real connection we seek. It doesn't come from dodging the hard stuff. It comes from embracing the process, trusting it, even when it's uncomfortable. Letting go of our resistance to transcend the ego and align with something bigger, more authentic within us and around us. That's where the real power is found.
That was quite a deep dive, wasn't it? Exploring Rumi's Masnavi like this. Such a powerful reminder, that counterintuitive idea, that true transformation, real beauty often grows right out of the discomfort we try so hard to avoid.
So maybe a final thought for you to take away. Where in your life right now might you be resisting that needle's pain? What necessary challenge or uncomfortable truth or simple discipline are you maybe shying away from? The very thing that could lead to your own powerful, complete lion emerging. Something to reflect on.
Thank you so much for joining us for this exploration. Keep questioning, keep learning, and keep growing with us here, part of our Last Minute Lecture family.